Hey everybody, 1223 here with a little lantern update since it's been a little while on two lamps. One that's right in front of you that has been already featured in a video showing it lit, and another that's just off, that's in the picture but it's too dark to see. I want to start off with this one. This one here has been my project. Was a project I started working on whoops. Oh yeah. I got a tripod for Christmas, as you can probably tell. This one I got last Sunday for Christmas, because we celebrate Christmas early due to some family being over here. And this is a Dietz Roadster Wagon lantern. These were pretty popular back in the day. They were made for carriages, buggies, early cars, whatnot like that. But I have semi-restored this lantern, meaning that I've restored it partially, but not all the way, because it's just what I could do for the first time. But like here, these tubes and whatnot, these air tubes were not as shiny as they are right now. When I originally got this lamp, there was a lot of excess paint on there. There's a lot of old paint. You can still see there's still some of it left in some places. It had an old, dried out, rotting wick in there that was just pretty much done, and the burner was pretty much gone. So that's a brand new burner and cone in there that we got off of Dietz's website. The side here. This clip's actually in fairly good shape. A lot of these get bent up. Whoa. Man, tripod's getting in the way of everything. It also says here, it's real good. You can see all the welds. The welds came out real good. I've already used this clip because in my lit video. This side of the reflector came out real nice. This had a lot of tarnish still on it, but a lot of the shine came back out on it. The lens is real good. A lot of these lenses get busted, cracked, broken, missing. This side here, there's not a lot of much. You can still see there's a lot of old white paint still on in there. There's a lot of paint on the inside of the lens in here. This globe, I want to say is original because it's unmarked. It's a clear, unmarked globe that is what came in the lamp. But this lift too. This lift was also a lot rougher before it got restored. But you can see this new cone and stuff in here and whatnot. Now, I'll take the globe out here so I can show you. All of these Wagon lamps came with clear globes and whatnot. Oh, there's still a thing of wick is still in here. Get that out of there. Ooh. Hang on. Well, that was pleasant. Wick was nothing but ash, but as you can see in here, these Roadster, unlike this lamp's origins come from the Little Wizard. The Roadster Wagon lamp is a side lamp version of the Little Wizard. That's all it is. And it's a 3/4 side lamp version of the Wizard, the Dietz Wizard, which I'd hope to one time add to my collection if I ever do see one. But you can see these have no wires, so I'm sure the globes got busted a lot. But the burner, it's a brand new burner and cone because the old one was just rusted and toast. And it was gone from that wick sitting in the same spot for so long. The tank came out real good. It cleaned up, I think. But the globe here, you can see this globe is all original. She's a little rough here on the bottom, as you can see. But otherwise, it looks all original. I mean, it's an old globe. You can tell. But maybe it had, I don't know. I mean, it has some pretty clear ridge lines here. I don't know. Maybe that's from a newer globe, possibly. But It's got an air bubble in it, and a lot of old glass, a lot of new glass does not have air bubbles in it. But I think the part that I'm most pleased of is the bottom. The bottom, originally when I got this whole bottom was black. It had nothing but old and a thick layer of black paint on it. But after it sat in a mixture of molasses and water, 12-ounce jar of molasses and a 5-gallon bucket of water, since molasses contains sulfur, it gets through that stuff. And once I started scrubbing at it, it just slowly came off, and that's what happened. So I'm real happy with that. The reflector, even though the reflector on this side did not come out as clear, it still works pretty well. I mean, I tried it out in the garage there when I lit it for that first time, lit after the restoration, and it barely manages to get to the other side of the wall. So, I mean, it could still get the job done. But this lift was a lot harder to move, and it just squeaked a lot. But now it's pretty clear. Underneath here too as well, you can see a lot of the welds where they welded the lamp came out real good, such as right here. I hope that there's some metal cleaner possibly I might be able to one time to use to get all of this off, because for some reason it just was not excuse me, was not coming off. But oh, there's the wick. But the lamp is kind of unusual. I'm not going to take this burner cone off because for some reason it was a pain to get on, even though it's the right size. Doesn't even look like it's hardly on even. Oh well. But anyway, the inside of this here, underneath this burner and cone, there's a little tube in the thing with a small opening on the bottom, and that's how the fuel gets to it. I don't know if it's just to contain the wick or what. But I mean, it's just not a lamp you normally come by. I mean, especially too in this good a condition. At least now what it is. I mean, it has traces of old white paint. It had black paint all on the bottom. So I don't know what this thing was used for, or what it possibly could have been on. Who knows? It could have been on like. I mean, anything is possible. This lamp could have been on Ford's first car, even, you know. But this lamp, actually, I'm starting to document my lamps now. And I'm also starting to move into some other companies, such as Adlake, Adams and Westlake, Dressel, stuff like that. I'm going to start, my dad suggests that I start going into them, because a lot of the same Dietz lamps keep popping up. But, hang on. Lift doesn't get straight, but but we keep seeing the same lamps up, and he suggests I move some other companies, even though I'll still work on Dietz. But I mean, but all of the lamps I documented, because I looked at all the patent information, the build information on the air tubes, which this one here happens to be on this side. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Okay. Wait, forgive me, I'm still trying to get this. I'm still trying to work on this thing here. Let's see here. Where's the patent information at? Right about there, I'm guessing. Oh, come on. Dang it. This stupid camera. There we go. Whoa. Back it up, back it up. Zoom in slowly here. Oh, come on. Apparently it doesn't stay clear very long. But right about there, towards the bottom, oh, dang it. I'm still trying to get the hang of this thing, pardon me for that, but you might actually be able to see it right there. But this thing was built back in 1924, and it currently is my oldest Dietz lamp right now. So I honestly thought that the Victor might be the earliest one, but I guess not. Because, well, this one here happens to be. So, very early Dietz. I do not have any lamps that go into the 19th century. These are all 20th century lamps. My youngest one happens to be the unused Dietz Comet, which was my brand new one that was made back in the day, and it was built in 1954. So, I mean, that's about as close to, that's about the end of American-made Dietz lanterns right there. Alright, but, like, here, I mean, on this lamp, it says, like, Dietz right here on the tank, New York, USA right there. It kind of says it differently. It says NY, USA. On the very far portion over there. On the top, it says Dietz twice. But, I mean, it might not look clean, but, I mean, a lot of the metal's pretty smooth, so a lot of it came out clean. I mean, no doubt that this lamp was used back in its time. And even it says here, you know, it says it backwards. It says, because it's just cleaner than the other side. It says Roadster, Wagon, Lantern, and New York, USA on the reflector. But if you were to look on the other side, it'd be the right way. But it's kind of harder to read because it's not as clean on the other side. But I mean, overall, it came out better than I thought. But I'm sure there's still some work to be done on it. But it's most likely that's how it's going to stay. Because I mean, I don't want to say, yeah, the thing's made out of galvanized tin or steel or whatever. Cause I mean, it's kind of heavy for a lamp, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to blast it with anything. I just don't know how thick or how strong this metal is. I just don't want to risk having to possibly make a choice to restore this lantern in some way and then have it break. You know, I mean, it's just not worth doing that. If you can get it, that's pretty good though. I mean, it was a lot worse before, so I'll take that any day. But since I don't have enough time to explain the next lamp, I guess I'll go to a part 2.